I left Argentina and traveled and arrived in Australia. I like it, and yeah, like it was very nice, and so I stayed and I tried to have a job really, and started with this business. We look at the season before, and in this case, you see these ones, they are the new season, and this is the season before, and these are the fabrics. So what I do is like looking some styles of the season before they were good or maybe not touched at all in the collection, and try to make it work for the new drawing that they are up there. We put it on the wall because in that case we can move it and make it sure that we create like small stories with the fabrics. So normally we put in one fabric like 5 or 6 styles. And so for that reason they are with this pin, so we can move it eventually with this fabric we put it, but before there were these ones there. But we decided that at the end that was the best fabrication for that styles. Before to have the fabric we already decide what sort of colors we will use, and we go to the agents and to the people of fabrics, and we try to see which one they are the one that eventually they will be more adaptable to the styles. Like in this case, we are mixing two. We will do one styles that will be the mixture of these two fabrics and plus a silk satin that is stretch. So really, and this plain. So really, you have this sort of plain, but plus you have texture, two texture inside, 3 texture really. This is a visual diary where we put all like what will happen, and we will add every day something new, and we take it off the page and put it again. Everything has to be visual, so really not only in the computer and everything, but we have to see it, and I think it's the best way. In the morning when you come, you look and you know what to do. Because there are deadlines like selling periods, and when you cannot say I do it tomorrow, it has to be done then and then. But this one is the same. Then this is because we have 2 collections. So this is nylon flocks, and that is Nicola Finetti. So in the beginning, nylon flocks started like to be a very young label and more like streetwear and more urban. So that is the idea. Younger. Because it's not known like the other ones, so we can really stretch a little bit ourselves and do it something that maybe not very commercial. So these racks, they were not supposed to be here, but they are here now, and they are and these are production, so we have to dispatch everything out to the shops. And after pattern making, we started with we start to use the fabric that we put as a sample and cutting the samples. After that we did the drawing and everything. We come to the pattern making section and we do the patterns of that drawings. And as soon as finished that, we start with cutting the samples, and after cutting we go to the sample machinist. So we have to make sure that it's done properly and there's the right shapes and maybe the right combination of color, because sometimes we make the color that don't work, like in the way that we drawn and everything. So really we need to see one finished. It's a kind of experimental process. Before the sales time, so we have to do the line sheet and the lookbooks and then selling. So we put these things on the wall, so this drawing on the wall, and we see if really it works very well and fluid all together. And when we decide that it's okay, we put all these things in a line sheet. This is all complete with cost, prices, like fabrication and description, but the process of the costing is another phase. I think it's a third phase of all this process. So this is the lookbook. Really, for a point of view of sales, we need to have one of these, and to the client, to the stockist, we give this one when they come and see the collection, and they take at home and they check and they see, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and they fill it in the purchase order. And this one will be like, we do it 3 of them. One is for production, one is for selling, one for PR. And the one of the prototype for the sample prototype for production will be one of these. That is like we put all the instruction how they have to be done inside, outside. Because sometimes inside we put some sort of like shape well, and when it's finished you don't see it. So you must make sure that we put instruction, writing instruction, and measurement and spec sheet, and send it to the cutter and to the maker. Yeah, the excitement of see things are done and people like it and buy, and yeah, and people like it. I think that is the most important thing, that what you do is accepted by the outsider. Fashion Week for me is important because in one way or the other I started with Fashion Week really he helped me in make known overseas and here. So really it's sometimes very important, and it is important in the process of that 15 years too, because every time you get something out of them. You cannot get everything, but you get all time something new that had to your label to be more known and to be more acceptable by other people. Today, yeah, it's still important because it's all times like publicity and more people knows about, because really until I think maybe 3 years ago they thought that Nicola was a woman. So after that I started to go around and show my face, okay.